Today we're back on Madden 08, as there is something in this game that people have been telling me to check out for a very long time, and that is the Fantasy Challenge mode that was only in the PS2 versions of Madden from Madden 08 to Madden 12. Everybody looks back pretty fondly at the PS2 era of Madden games that many of us grew up with. A lot of features and modes did not go with the series when it jumped to the Xbox 360 and PS3. But this is a rare instance of where the PlayStation 2 got a new feature in Madden 08 when Madden 06 was the first one to jump to the next generation. Now, this Fantasy Challenge mode, I've been told, is a really fun mode. And basically, you are drafting a team like in Fantasy Franchise if you want to. You don't have to. You can just take a regular team. You can do a Hall of Fame draft if you want some of the great legends of all time. But you're able to build this team and then play other fantasy teams and take their players trying to win the mode, basically. And there are some games I can think of that did similar things, like in Blitz the League, where you were constantly adding players. So what I'm going to do in this video is get into a draft here and see what this is all about. And if you like this video, please leave a like and leave your feedback below, letting me know if you want to see more of Fantasy Challenge on Madden 08. Now, I did already do one of these drafts. I tried to record this video earlier today, and I was about 5 minutes away from being done with the entire video. And then my entire computer froze up, and I lost everything I had recorded for it. So we're trying again. I think when I go back and play some of these older games, I need to look at maybe just like saving and ending my stuff every 15-20 minutes just in case, because a lot of these games will freeze if you don't know the right settings to use in the emulator, and I don't want to run into issues of losing a bunch of content. But I want to try starting this draft like I did the last one, and thankfully they will allow me to make my very first pick. My favorite player as a Vikings fan is Randy Moss. There's just been nobody like him that I've ever seen play the game of football. Torrey Holt went #1 overall, and that actually happened in the first draft I did. Torrey Holt, Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, Steve Smith, Carson Palmer. Now, in these drafts, you'll notice it's only 15 rounds. Well, how does that work? There are 53-man rosters, and you need 22 players on each side combined just to start. Well, you're actually going to be drafting an entire offensive line as a package, and then an entire linebacking core or secondary. So these drafts go by pretty quick. You kind of get the fantasy football element of just going after your quarterback and skill positions, and then quickly filling out the rest of the roster. I'm probably going to try to do the exact same thing I did in my last draft, pretty closely. So we're going to start out with Randy Moss and Antonio Gates on our team here. You'll notice too that you're going to have a budget and then a pick cap. And this is interesting because there's actually a way of putting your team together where you can just pick from everybody, but you got to stay under the cap. I wanted to do a draft this way just because I've been wanting to do a fantasy draft, and I thought it would be pretty fun. I want to take, the Ravens DBs, Chris McAllister, Samari Roll, Ed Reed. I didn't do this in my last draft. You bet I am this time. The first Super Bowl I really remember watching was when the Ravens won back in like 2002 or whatever it was, 2000. Because it was after the Giants beat the Vikings. That's the 41 donut game, as we all call it as Viking fans. And to watch the Ravens destroy them was very enjoyable for like an 8 or 9-year-old me at the time. And that NFC Championship game the Vikings lost was the first time I realized what it meant to be a Viking fan. We're going to take Tony Romo here as the quarterback. I did that in my last draft. I just don't want to take anybody from these options. I'm going to take Brandon Jacobs here as my top running back. Let's go get some power. For offensive line, this is actually a good Vikings line. That left side paved the way for so many great Adrian Peterson games, and the Vikings haven't had a very good line since this one was together. You'll notice here my pick cap is 61 points, and if you keep taking high value players, then my remaining budget goes down, and I'm not able right now to take, like for instance, I can't even draft a defensive line at the moment. I have to come back to that later. It's just kind of how they balance it out in here. But I do need to draft 4 receivers in this mode. And I think here, who do I want? I remember Peerless Price having a walk-off touchdown against the Vikings in overtime. That was tough. I'm going to take Ted Ginn Jr. I'm just taking all the players I used to like watching. How about now? I have a 63 cap. How about Malcolm Floyd? Oh, who took Jim Kleinsaucer? You have to have a second tight end. And in this case, give me Marcus Pollard. It's really testing my ability to remember all these names here when they don't even show the first name. Let's see, what else do I need? Let me get my kicker and punter out the way just so I can have some cap left to fill up my defense. I'm going to take the Panthers linebackers here because they have Thomas Davis and John Beeson. Dan Morgan was really good too. I want to say injuries ended his career pretty early. I suppose I'll take Brandon Jackson here of the Packers. Oh yeah, I have to get a fullback as well. Let me take Tony Richardson quick. And I never drafted a D-line, and I have 2 options. Do I want the Cardinals or do I want the Lions? Sean Rogers in the middle would be the best player. Darnell Dockett. Bertrand Berry, I believe. I'll take the Cards. Final pick at wide receiver, A. Davis. Andre Davis, right? That sounds right. I don't even know how I remember some of these things. I just go with whatever first instinct is. So what's cool in this mode is you're going to have a chance to add more players to your team as you play games. Now, other teams can take away players from your team as well and try to sign them away using these roster points. So you can choose 3 players to protect. They're untouchable, and we'll make sure no one can get Randy Moss. We'll go with our second pick, Antonio Gates, and then maybe our best defensive player. Oh yeah, no one's taken Ed Reed from this defense. So you have these leagues you go through of other fantasy teams. We start off in the newbie league. So what's also interesting in this mode is I don't think there are injuries or fatigue. You don't have to worry about backups. You have one quarterback, and that quarterback's always going to play for you. Now you're able to negotiate with players on other teams. So you can try to use your roster points to give them better offers, but the CPU will also do this to you, and you'll have to choose if you want to match the offer or let them go. So if you lose a player, the player you get back is going to be the worst player at that position from the other team. So imagine losing one of your top receivers for whoever is their 4th. Right now, it looks like we have 15 points in our remaining budget, so I'm not sure how easy it would even be to try and steal a player. I didn't try to do this yet, though. So for instance here, if I were trying to take away Calvin Johnson, what happens if I boost my offer here? Failing to negotiate this player away will make them unavailable till the next round. Okay, so he accepted my offer of 44 points. And it looks like it worked. So I was able to get Calvin Johnson. Now, I only have 3 points in my remaining budget. So I can't really do anything else there. And if somebody else tries to take a player from my team and I can't go up the 3 points, or it's more than those 3 points that are available, I'm just going to lose that player. So it's risky. And here is a case of that happening. So we're going to lose Matt Burke, and looks like we'll get Todd McClure, but it's kind of a weird situation because the overall difference wasn't much. But we will lose a player and gain a new center. And now let's get into an actual game. I want to continue to revisit some of these older games and some of the older modes. If you have any more suggestions, you can let me know down below. But I have really been nostalgic about games from the mid-2000s lately. I've been playing some games from that era lately. Some Midnight Club 3 on the PSP. I'm having a really good time with that. And watching like a lot of retrospectives on some of these games from this era. Alright, these graphics don't look good. Let me actually change a setting here. Check this out. I can just pause it, change a setting. And now it's totally different and much more smoothed out. Yeah, my entire computer froze when I was literally like 30 seconds left to go in a game I was playing. I was almost done recording. I had some awesome highlights in that game. Well, let's see if we can get some in this game. We got Jake Delhomme going deep right away for a big play. Got Henry downfield around the 20. Just like that, the Raiders are in business. I'm playing this on All-Pro difficulty. I'm just not a fan of All Madden. I want something between All-Pro and All Madden preferably. They got Reggie Bush in the backfield, by the way. And he's got the carry here, gaining about 4. Yeah, I really miss the PS2 Madden days, and I've wanted to revisit these games to see how they hold up. Like the PS3, Xbox 360 era, in Madden especially, I think was so throwaway. And in my opinion, there was only one good Madden on that entire generation, and that was Madden 12. I don't think the rest were really all that good, from what I've played and remember. I didn't like Madden 11, didn't really care for Madden 10, but 12 to me was the best it got on those consoles. What was your favorite PS2 Madden? For me, I really enjoyed everything from 04 to 06, but after those Maddens, I was on to the next gen, and those games weren't really great. And that's one of the reasons why I fell out of franchise for a while, until I was making content on the games. Ted Ginn Jr. running this back to the 27-yard line for us. Let's get this Vikings offense going. We managed to get Randy Moss and Calvin Johnson on the same field together. Moss wearing number 11 here. He was not with the Vikings at the time here. This is 2007, so he was with New England. However, he was wearing 81 with the Patriots. I wasn't sure if, like, for a season he wore 11. He's never wore 11. I don't know why that's his number. Tony Romo heading to the air. Let's go deep for Antonio Gates. He makes the catch around midfield. From what I've played, though, the little bit here in Madden 08, the gameplay is quite fun. The trenches are tough. The running game I found to be pretty difficult. Not so much on this play with Jacobs inside. Check this play out. Romo tosses to Jacobs. Hands it to Calvin Johnson. Oh no, he did not get it there. We are not doing that again. Hand off to Jacobs, and he's upended. 4th down here. Now, a handful of years ago, most NFL coaches would be punting. We will not be punting in this situation. That's pretty cool. You can choose what side you want your running back to block. So let's see if he actually goes to the left side here. This is 4th and 5. And Romo got it to Malcolm Floyd. A counter. Jacobs to the edge. Ooh, a spin. I should be using his power, but he's got moves as well. Romo fakes to Jacobs. How about Antonio Gates? Not quite. Tony Richardson. Oh, that's right. They had player lock in here. I mean, I know I'm going to run the ball anyway on this play. Give me player lock here with Jacobs. Getting to the edge and getting the 1st down. Play fake. Up top for Moss. He's got it for the touchdown. Safety had a chance to take that one, but Randy puts us on the board. Yeah, in this game, too, you could create fans. I believe you could only ever do that on the PlayStation 2 and Xbox. I like these scoring summaries they have too here on the flip phone. Wish I was up for a few more seconds. Reggie Bush on the run back here. Man, if there was like one player that you could have enter the NFL like 10 years after they did, Reggie Bush is one of those players where I really wonder if he was in the league in 2022, let's say. Like, I feel his skill set would be better utilized. Like, he had a good career. Expectations were really high for him as Welker makes a nice adjustment. But Reggie Bush, I feel in today's NFL would be one of the best playmakers in the league potentially. Percy Harvin's another player, but he's also one of those instances of like if injuries never affected him. I actually believe Percy Harvin could have been a Hall of Fame player if he didn't have the injury issues. So this Madden Challenge mode is in Madden 08 here. This is the first time it was ever introduced. Caught on the outside. What a catch. But it was in the other Maddens all the way through Madden 12. And I'd love to check out Madden 12 on the PS2. I've never played that because, I mean, I'd played so many more on the PS3 until then. But the game was still being released on PS2 until Madden 12. And those rosters and that season to me is very nostalgic. I love to check that out. Madden 12 on the PS3, I know has aged well. I played that game a couple of years ago for a video, and I was like, wow, this still plays a really good game of football, and I think the best you're going to get on the 360 or PS3. What's cool, too, in this game is they allowed you to spotlight receivers if you wanted extra attention on them. That's caught by Baker near the 10, and the Raiders are in business. Now, I know I lost that last recording, but this game is honestly looking a lot better because I played a team that couldn't do anything. But Jake Delhomme is getting them down the field. Reggie Bush, deep in the eye, off tackle to the 5. With a hold. They have what it takes to get into the end zone, though. 16 yards ago, it's just the fullback now in the backfield. Delhomme. Gonna look short. Oh, he couldn't make the catch. One more chance on 3rd and 16. Delhomme, nobody's even in the end zone. What was that play call? We have a 1-point game now. It's Ted Ginn from the goal line, trying to spin, and he gets hammered down. Like, just like the animations and everything in this PS2 engine, I always really liked. Now, back in the day, of course, there was nothing to compare it to, but even now, like, some of these hits do look pretty good. One more time at full speed. 1st and 10 for Tony Romo. Let's hit Jacobs underneath. Let's hurry back to the line. We haven't really gotten Calvin involved yet. This is a 3rd and 3 now. Trying to go over the middle and forced it. That's picked off by Reggie Bush. Yes. So your players are going to play both sides to an extent. When you take a team secondary, you're getting 2 safeties and 2 corners. So Reggie Bush would have been in the slot right here, which I guess is a mismatch you can look to take advantage of if you're aware of that. Got the interception out the way, and down goes Jake Delhomme. I don't normally use her on defense against the CPU, but I kind of want to try making a play here with Ed Reed. I don't play Ultimate Team. When else am I going to get the chance? Delhomme! Oh my! You can see where he's looking, too, at the vision cone. This was around the time where they were, like, a little iffy on the vision cone. They didn't force you to use it. It was still in the game. But it looks like the logic is still being used by the CPU. Broken up. We know Matt Bryant has a strong leg. And from 54, it's off the upright. Oh, how about this? That's incredible. We got time to go get some more points here. It's Tony Romo. That's decent coverage. Deep for Ginn and incomplete. Down to 42 seconds here. We got Jacobs with a nice reception. And the third down. Rolling. Oh, no. Romo. Oh, he's going down. They covered that so well. At half, we lead this game 7-6. And this could be a really tight game the rest of the way. Raiders yet to find the end zone. We got Ted Ginn here on the return. Trying to break this one outside a little bit. It's up to the 39. Yeah, I never got to see what happened after playing a game. So I'm excited to see if we get to pick a player from their team or what it's all about. I know a little bit about this mode, but I like to know enough to be interested, but I want to learn a lot of the ins and outs by playing. 2nd down and 7. Let's head back to the air. And intercepted by Antonio Cromartie. Tried to float it for Calvin. The coverage has been pretty sticky on him and Moss. Raiders get a short field now. I form behind Jake Delhomme. There goes Bush. Trying to take away this route here, and pretty good coverage. Oh, come on, Madden. Yeah, boo them. That's a bad call. One thing that's cool going to some of these older sports games is I feel they captured atmosphere better in terms of fan reactions and everything, where it's gotten a lot more generic in newer sports games. Trying to make a play on 3rd down, force a 3rd field goal. Delhomme. Short. A nice catch, but no first down for Reggie Bush. 33-yard field goal, and the Raiders have taken the lead. Jacobs gets the handoff, and they're all over him quickly. A counter, and again, multiple defenders in the backfield. We've had more trouble than I expected throwing the football. We head to the air. Trying to go for Moss. Got it at the 40. I keep peeking towards Calvin, and he's covered. They have Antonio Cromartie, so it must be the Chargers secondary. It would be Cromartie and Quentin Jammer. I don't know if they'd have Eric Weddle. I don't remember when he started his career. Jacobs gets us a first down. What if we get the ball to Calvin this way? Oh, that was not a good idea. Tricky situation now. 3rd down at the 38. Would like to make the field goal easier. Do we try to take a chance downfield, though? Looking towards Moss. He's doubled up. Romo, I don't know how to scramble. I forgot how to pull the ball down. It's apparently X. I'll have to remember that, but screwed that up. Could have potentially ran a bit with Romo. Touchback here for the Raiders. Delhomme to the air. Give me that one. Chris McAllister. Ball at the 10. And we are on to the 4th quarter, crunch time. Vikings down by 2. The counter for Jacobs. Nice block and a gain of 4. How do you try to get the touchdown here? Jacobs, the running back, on 3rd and 2, and we're going to look to throw this one. Back of the end zone, tipped. Tried to get to Marcus Pollard and threw a laser. No touch on that pass. Are they telling me to go for it? Let me just try to get my lead. 21 yards. Adam Vinatieri. 10-9. The game froze last time when I chose to do a squib kick. The only time I did that. So I will not ever be doing a squib kick in Madden 08 on the emulator again. Raiders got it now. They got to get points. Reggie Bush on the run back has a good one. Do they try and work slowly down the field or try to get that big play again? Here's Delhomme. And he's hitting the pocket, and that's incomplete. We're going to make them beat man coverage. Uh-oh. There goes Reggie Bush. I might help over the top here just in case. Give me that one! Picked off by Ed Reed. And we take over with 2:22 to go. There's that Ed Reed user pick I was looking for. 1st and 10. Jacobs gives it back. He's going to go up top for Moss, and it's broken up. Might have had Calvin there, but it probably wouldn't have been a touchdown. They are all over Jacobs. The running game on here, default settings, is actually pretty difficult. We're only 2 of 7 on 3rd down. Not doing great in that department. I haven't done much with Gates, have I? Let's flip this play. 3rd down. Gates got it for a 1st down. Kind of forgot about him a little bit. Hey, it's Chili Dog. Under 2 minutes to play. Jacobs has room on the counter. Trying to run him over. Inside the 10. On the stretch now. Only to the 5. Raiders using their timeouts. Trying to keep us out of the end zone now. Oh, I had Calvin, didn't I? What's the throw it away button? Uh-oh. All right, we just can't lose yards here. 3rd down. Into a tough spot again. I want to hit Calvin. Intercepted by Chad Greenway. Oh, no. And the Raiders have it. It's only a 1-point game. Why would Chad Greenway do this to the Vikings? He was a career Viking. Never played anywhere else. Jake Delhomme. Downfield. And dropped. Delhomme to the right. Oh, what a throw. They've actually gotten a couple on McAllister, oddly enough. They're in this 2-minute drill, and the fullback is still in the game. Delhomme intercepted. Roll the other way. And he will take this for a pick 6. Let's go for 2 and try to put this game out of reach. For 2. We're going to force it to Pollard, I guess. I don't know. 16-9, and they're still in this with 55 to play. 51 seconds to go. Raiders got to go all the way down the field. Delhomme, one more chance. And got it to Henry. The fake spike. Jake Delhomme thinks he's Dan Marino. They have Sidney Rice in the slot, it looks like. And Delhomme's in trouble. Almost picked off. It's 4th down. It feels like the coverage is a little too tight for the CPU to handle at times. They kept the man coverage pretty sticky in this game. I like that, though. Delhomme, game on the line. Keeps it within reach. 24 seconds to go, and a face mask of the 5-yard variety. For some reason, they had a 5 and 15-yard face mask. And every now and then, you still get commentators who are like, there's no more incidental face mask, and the rule's been gone for like 15 years. Remember, there's no force-out rule. Yeah, I'm a Viking fan. I remember they got rid of it after the fact. Intercepted Ted Ginn Jr. And that should wrap this one up. A lot of interceptions here. Jacobs to wrap this one up for us. Tough running, 1st down. Hey, why not have a little fun here? We could just kneel out the clock, but I think I'll take a touchdown to Randy Moss instead. Look how happy they are that I did that. Check out this busted coverage here. For some reason, the corner out here is going to go to the inside receiver. Bad idea. Final play. And a sack will end the game. 23-9. All right, so what happens when you win one of these games then in Fantasy Challenge? Let's see what this is all about. Oh yeah, the old celebration here. They get in the face of the camera. I got 7 skill points, whatever those are. 4. Not totally familiar. Threw 3 interceptions, caught 4 interceptions though. So we win in that department. Oh wow, check out some of the data they're getting here. Just some of the runs and the directions out of each formation on whatever down. That's pretty cool. How about the passing log here? I wish I could just see like a full quarterback chart. That's pretty neat. So we get skill points, and you're able to level up your players with these. Oh, that's cool. So you can choose who you want to upgrade. Why don't we boost up Darnell Dockett a little bit? And then Calvin Johnson's only an 87 in this game. Let's get him up to a 90 and give the final point to Brandon Jacobs. The Rams have challenged you to a pocket presence contest. They're so confident they can beat you that they're willing to risk 5 roster points for your punter, Hunter Smith. Beat their score of 600 to win. For the punter, these minicamp skill drills were a lot of fun. And they were a way you could level up your players overall in like franchise. So I have to get 600 points staying in the pocket, or I'm going to lose my punter. There's all sorts of things flying at Tony Romo. He's not the most elusive in the pocket. Oh, this is difficult. I have to get to, what was it, 600? I think consecutive completions actually gives you a nice bonus. So you really have to get on a roll with these. Uh-oh. I'm at 115. Uh-oh. There's so many at once. Yeah, these are actually pretty difficult. I am not getting to 600. Imagine if they challenged me for somebody else. I had no idea this was in the mode, though. This is super cool. Now, I had an option to decline the challenge. So if they had wanted, like, Moss, I probably wouldn't risk it, especially if I'm playing this poorly. I got 50. That means we lose Hunter Smith and we get Sam Cook as our new punter. 5% done. So we're still in this league, and it looks like you just play everybody that's in, like, well, not everybody, but you play 3 teams in the round. You can also try to do trades. You're able to sweeten the package with roster points along with lesser skilled players. They're basically telling you how you can cheese trades. Trades can only be made for the same position. So there's definitely some cool elements to this fantasy challenge mode. I'm glad I checked this out finally. If you'd like to see more of this, let me know down below, and maybe I can just tweak the sliders slightly, maybe loosen the coverage a little bit. But that was pretty fun. And I can see this being an interesting mode if you start to lose players and have to go through the entire thing. But if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And I'm looking forward to your feedback on this one. Fun to try out something new. That is going to do it for this video, everybody. Have a great day.